What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to do a little quick workout. It's not really quick, but that's okay. We're gonna do a nice little workout, get our muscles going, all that jazz. I'm excited for that. You know, I'm trying to get that pre-pump for my workout, trying to get it going kind of thing. Also, I put my blue shampoo in for too long. If you guys know what that is, it just like gets the kind of yellow out of your hair. And well, I put it in for too long and it's like kind of silvery and purple, and I have to wait for it to fade now because I left it in for way too long. It works good, but now I have like silver hair. Anyways, we're gonna go get a little workout in and all that jazz and, you know, get our bodies moving. What is up? We are back. Obviously, we're not sitting in a gym. We're sitting in my home. And we're sitting on the floor, of course, because this is where we have our talks all the time. I don't know why. It just works with the camera and the lighting and all that jazz. So we're sitting on the floor, and I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a training update, talk to you guys about my workout kind of thing like that. So with my training, I am injured while I'm recovering from an injury. If you guys don't know, herniated disc. I feel like I've repeated that so many times, but you never know. And so what I've been doing recently is that I've been putting in new movements, not new movements, movements that I couldn't do before and movements that I have been, you know, pushing off because of my injury. So we're slowly incorporating those movements and we're doing them with control. A lot of the controlled movements I am okay with, but once I start going into WODs and start going a bit faster, it's actually a lot harder for me. So we're seeing how things are going. We're testing the waters a little bit. So far my WODs have been okay, but I've been doing extremely light weights for a lot of my things. And as you guys saw, I did a warm-up of some overhead squats. So it was 5 sets of a tempoed squat and then a regular squat. So just really 2 reps. And it was just with the bar. It was a 45-pound bar for me and it went okay. I didn't want to put too much weight because, you know, it does put a lot of pressure on your back. And then after that we went into my WOD and my WOD was okay. I cut it short because of my back. So in my WOD it was like a 5-minute AMRAP. So it's 5 minutes on, 3 minutes off for 3 rounds. And in the AMRAP it was 50 double unders, 12 overhead squats, and 4 burpee box jump overs. And so my original plan was to go nice and slow because I have not done overhead squats and burpee box jump overs or burpees in a really long time. And doing the motion of the burpee is actually kind of painful for my back. So I wanted to do them nice and slow and controlled. Even though it was an AMRAP and it wasn't very long, I just did them slow and controlled. So I managed to get about 2 rounds in one 5-minute AMRAP. So it was a very slow, controlled workout. My double unders I'm fine with. But my overhead squats, when I started to speed it up, I noticed that there was a little bit of pain in my back. And then also when I was doing the burpee box jump overs, I find that that really did set my back in. So originally, like I said, I was supposed to do 3 rounds of that, and I only ended up doing 2. I cut it after 2 just because I didn't want to, you know, if I was tired, I didn't want to overdo it, and I just don't want to hurt myself again. That's really the main thing. I really just cut it short, and that's what's unfortunately some of the situation now for me, is that I can't do my full workouts to my full potential, and it's just a bit of like changing my mindset too. This has really brought me back and set me back a lot, so I'm just going in and I'm doing a lot of basic training, a lot of re-going over things with really light weights, like overhead squats, things like that, building the foundations again. And that's pretty much what I did in my workout. After that, I was in a little bit of a pain from my back, so I decided to do just some bodybuilding stuff, nothing too heavy, because I just wasn't feeling great. So after that, I literally just took a dumbbell and I did some skull crushers, and then I also did 1-arm dumbbell press, so like a bench press kind of thing like that with a dumbbell, switch sides kind of thing. I did 3 rounds of that, and then after that I actually stopped my session kind of early just because I'm in pain and I don't want to make it worse. I don't want to re-injure myself. I don't want to do anything like that. I made sure to stretch and all that jazz and do all the things that my physio told me to do. So in reality, a lot of my sessions are actually a lot shorter than what I used to. I used to go into the gym for 1.5 to 2 hours, and I would probably go a lot longer, and then if not, I would do running and the gym session. I would do like multiple gym sessions a day, and now I actually just cut it back. I'm like max an hour in the gym so far. I'm like probably 5 weeks now since my injury, I think. 5 or 6 now. So it is still kind of new, and my physio said it will be a while before I can start lifting heavy and going back to normal. And for me personally, right now my goals have shifted. Before, I really liked CrossFit. I really loved lifting heavy weights, and that was my favorite thing. That was my favorite part of CrossFit. And now I have to kind of set myself back and kind of go over the basics again and just take things a lot slower, do my motions a lot slower. Like today, I thought if I did my burpees a lot slower, it wouldn't hurt. And maybe it didn't hurt as much as it would if I had gone faster, but it still hurt nonetheless. So I'm kind of glad that I don't have to do burpees, but at the same time, I know I'm not bettering myself if I can't do my burpees, because burpees suck no matter what. But at the same time, they make you a healthier person. And I just kind of go from there, kind of thing like that. Yes, I'm resting on the cat scratcher. It just is what it is. But right now, currently, my goals are to get all my motions back. So to be able to do burpees without pain, overhead squats, to go back into practicing my pull-ups. I can't do kipping right now. I am trying to see how it goes, but right now it hasn't been going that great. So I'm going back into just practicing my strict pull-ups, which is not a bad thing. These are really good things. And then also I can't do toes to bar, so I'm going in with just doing some light ab work. I can't do a lot of ab work. I can't do like ab mat sit-ups and GHD sit-ups. Those really obviously aggravate my back. So I'm doing all these things with some slow motion. I'm trying to get my handstand push-ups back too. They all kind of aggravate my back a little bit, but it's nothing that's gonna re-injure myself. I'm taking this all slow, so it's a lot of body weight stuff that I'm like reintroducing myself to. Sorry, okay, I don't know if this changed, but I had to charge the battery on this camera because it died. Anyways, I just wanted to talk a little bit about like when you're starting CrossFit is to really build the foundations. And I know that CrossFit has always had like kind of a bad rap because people just go into it and they kind of like do crazy movements and they, you know, kind of skip the beginner levels. But this has also been a learning experience for me to really work on the foundations and to go back to it. So for me personally, I was really just going up, 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 and I never went back down and started building back up again, which makes you a stronger athlete or a stronger person. So I recommend if you guys are getting into CrossFit to really build your foundation to make sure that it's strong. So when you're going into working out, so that you're not going to injure yourself or anything like that, and you're gonna build your foundation, and that you make sure that you actually just go from the bottom and you start building yourself up, and then eventually deload and restart from the bottom and keep going back up. I don't mean like completely restart from the bottom, but you guys know what I mean, to make sure that your foundations are just as strong. Also, just making sure that your body is strong. For example, in CrossFit, there's a lot of like kipping movements which is like you're arching your back quite a bit and then you're like swinging to go up into a pull-up. And so that can be very strenuous on your back, and it was very strenuous on my back. And I think that's what contributed to a little bit of my herniated disc. I have had back issues like all my life. And so I think a lot of the kipping movements from going from the extended position back up and like whipping yourself up did actually not do good justice for my back. So I think that this is a good thing, and I think it's a learning experience also for me, and to kind of set myself back and make sure that, you know, I'm really still building those foundations. I'm still getting stronger in my upper body, that I'm strengthening my upper body by doing basic movements, whether that's doing ring rows or pull-ups from the ground on a bar, kind of thing like that, where you just sit down and you pull yourself up, just to gain my upper body strength back, and just going from there, and then eventually building myself back up to my pull-ups. Doing strict pull-ups is also very good. But in the end, I think that, you know, making sure you also do accessory work and not just do CrossFit classes. I know CrossFit classes can be fun for some people, and just doing them all the time is easy because you don't really have to think about your workout or anything like that. I think it's also important to do a lot of accessory work on the side, because if you're not doing the accessory work, then you're, you know, likely to injure yourself. Making sure that you're stretching and doing mobility. A really big downfall for me is my legs. I have really bad flexibility in my legs, and I think that it does not help at all. And I've had sciatic nerve issues a lot, and I think that's just because I have really bad mobility in my legs. So that is what I'm working on right now, is really making sure my mobility is good, my foundation is good, and slowly building that strength back up. Those three things is what's really just helping me, and just kind of building from the ground up. And I want to share that knowledge with you guys. I hope that this made sense. I'm gonna stop blabbing and we'll get on with this video. I need to take off the shirt because it's still sweaty from the gym, because that's just how I roll. I'm kind of like a grub kind of person. It is what it is. Also, this is kind of random. I read this on Facebook. It was a tweet that somebody had posted, and I gotta share this with you guys. If you guys are Canadian, I really hope you guys can relate to this. I'll actually put the picture on the screen, but what the tweet says is that an American asked me today what Canadians mean when they say, "Oh yeah, no for sure." And honestly, I have no clue. So a lot of times I notice that I say this all the time, and this is like one of my major sayings, I feel like, when I talk to people, is, "Oh yeah, no for sure." And now that I think about it, when I see that, I'm like, wow, I say that quite often and it makes no sense. And I never realized why I said it, and I feel like now I don't know in what context I say it, but I know that I say it all the time. Like literally in every conversation I say, "Oh yeah, no for sure." I just thought it was really funny. I think that it's hilarious that, you know, us Canadians say, "Oh yeah, no for sure." But if you guys are Canadian and you guys are watching this and you guys say, "Oh yeah, no for sure," please let me know down below. I think that it's hilarious, and it is like so true. Like everyone says that here. For a little post-workout snack, is kind of random, but I'm just having some caramelized onion hummus with some pita bread, and then also some cut up watermelon. I know this is kind of random, but I don't feel like making anything, and this is what I got in the fridge. It is much later now, and I took a shower. My hair's up in a ponytail or braid, whatever you call it. We got David in the background. He just got back from CrossFit, his little CrossFit class, and we're actually gonna go for a walk. My back has been feeling really stiff this afternoon from my workout, so by walking I feel like it does help a lot with my back, especially with this injury. It's good to get a lot of movement with your back rather than staying and resting. Resting's just gonna tighten up the muscles and make it feel a lot worse. So we're gonna go for a walk. That's just some easy exercise that I do to get the muscles warm, get them moving, kind of thing like that. Nothing too special, but we're gonna go for a nice evening walk, and we're gonna, you know, get that in. Also, David wants to help with his recovery from his workout and just get some walking in, because he did a lot of running in his workout, so his calves are really tight. So a lot of walking after does help that. So if you're really tight after a workout, maybe go for a walk. It's really good. Walking is really beneficial for your body in so many ways. We're out on our lovely walk, but unfortunately the weather had another decision for us, and it's starting to rain quite a bit. We're a little far, but it's not too bad. We got hats on, so we're okay. I have to like go higher for you because I'm like short. On our walk, it's raining. It sucks. This is not the summer. Perfect. This is not the summer I wanted at all. right, on the menu for supper tonight, we have some lovely chickpea tuna with some tomatoes and some green onion and some everything spice. Literally my favorite. And then we're also having it with some salad. We're having it with just some salad dressing, sesame seeds, cucumbers, and green onion. Alright guys, I'm gonna end off the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. When this is going up, we're filming something very exciting and I cannot wait to show you guys. I'm just like so excited. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. You guys know where it is. And yes, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Go inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby, drink your night.